While you're out enjoying the beach, barbecues, and those lovely summer 3-day weekends, your wireless bill should be the last thing that you're worried about. And that's why you should consider making the switch to Mint Mobile. With plans starting at just $15 a month, Mint Mobile gives you premium wireless service on the nation's largest 5G network. The coverage and speed that you're used to, but with way less cost. So while your friends are sweating over their data overages and surprise charges, you'll be chillin', literally and financially. So say bye to overpriced wireless plans and jaw-dropping monthly bills and unexpected overages, because Mint Mobile is here to rescue you. All Mint Mobile plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text. Again, delivered on the largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with you too. Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. Honestly, I'm considering making the switch to Mint Mobile myself after all I have learned recently since we started working with them, and you should consider it too. It's definitely a massive price decrease from my current provider. This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get your summer savings and shop premium wireless plans at mintmobile.com/diaries. That's mintmobile.com/diaries. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, 5 gigabyte plan required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Did you know that there are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living rent-free in our world? From the food we eat to the air we breathe, and even in the skincare we use. They could be messing with your hormones and making you feel like you're stuck in a mystery of your own body. And just like the plot twist in your favorite book or the most insane true crime case you've ever heard of, hormonal changes like perimenopause or menopause can strike at the most unexpected times. Suddenly you're dealing with mood swings, sleepless nights, and all those other symptoms that make you feel like you're losing your mind. Here's the good news though. This is one mystery that you can solve with Happy Mammoth. No need for a long investigation. Just take the free 2-minute quiz from Happy Mammoth. Answer a few questions about what you're experiencing and where you're at in life, and you'll uncover the real culprit behind your hormonal symptoms. And the best part, after taking the quiz, you'll get a personalized recommendation to help you balance your hormones so you can feel like yourself again. Hormone Harmony contains science-backed herbal extracts called adaptogens. And now here's the beauty about adaptogens. They help the body adapt to any stressors like chaotic hormonal changes that happen naturally throughout a woman's life. That's where Hormone Harmony is perfect for women of all ages who are struggling with life-disrupting symptoms such as menopause, PMS, racing thoughts and low moods, poor sleep, occasional bloating, and no desire to be in bed next to someone, if you know what I mean. Happy Mammoth is dedicated to making women's lives easier, especially moms, and that means using only science-backed ingredients that have been proven to work for women. They make no compromise when it comes to quality, and it shows. We worked out a special deal with Happy Mammoth, so for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use code DIARIES at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use the code DIARIES for 15% off today.
Shopping is hard.
I can never find anything in my size.
I don't even know my size.
I buy my clothes the same place I buy my groceries.
There's a better way. Make it easy with Stitch Fix. Just share your size, style, budget, and done. Your personal stylist sends pieces picked just for you.
That was easy.
Stitch Fix. Online personal styling for everyone. Free shipping and returns. No subscription required. Get started today at stitchfix.com.
Welcome back to the Murder Diaries. I'm Paige.
And I'm Natalie.
Remember, if you want to listen ad-free, head over to patreon.com/the Murder Diaries pod. The day Molly Dattilo disappeared, July 6th, 2004, she attended her summer college classes and did some shopping before walking to a Wendy's near her brother's apartment in Indianapolis, Indiana, around 7 p.m. to drop off an employment application. On her way there, she ran into Ron Smith, a friend of her brother's who spoke briefly with her. This same friend would later tell authorities that he noticed Molly had her cell phone with her at the time that they spoke. During the aforementioned shopping, Molly purchased some supplies for school and some of her hobbies. Also on this day, she dropped one of her 3 classes that she was taking at Indiana University that summer. You see, it was the last day to drop classes without a penalty. Later that evening, Molly attended a party where she was living with her brother at the Westlake apartment complex. This is where she met a man named John E. Shelton. At some point during this party, Molly and John left to take a rowboat out on the complex's retention pond. They then ate dinner at a nearby Taco Bell. Around 11 p.m., they ended up at the Thornton's gas station at the 5700 block of Crawfordsville Road, which is about 3 miles from the Taco Bell, but in the opposite direction of the Westlake apartment complex. She placed a call from a payphone at that gas station. The call was to a friend, but the line was disconnected as soon as the friend picked up the phone. Molly has never been heard from again. Her body has never been found. This is her story.
Used to think it's in my head, but I'm walking with the dead.
Molly Laura Dattilo was born on June 13, 1981, in Madison, a small town in southern Indiana along the Ohio River. Madison is known for its beautiful architecture and its rich history. It was once an important stop on the Underground Railroad, as it is located across the river from Kentucky, which, at the time of the Underground Railroad, it was considered a slave state. Molly was the youngest of 9 children, with 4 brothers and 4 sisters, born to her father, Frederick, who was a real estate investor, and her mother, Cherie. Molly's older sister, Tara, said she had a fun, really outgoing personality. She was really friendly towards people. She was an amazing runner. She was top 10 in the state of Indiana all 4 years of high school. If someone asked her to do something, she would always go out of her way to do something. She was always doing things for other people. Molly's cousin Carrie said she was a mama's girl. She was a good girl, and she wanted to make a difference in this world, and she was a generous person. By all accounts, Molly had a happy, healthy childhood. She was raised as a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, otherwise known as Mormon. She was a class of 2000 graduate of Madison Consolidated High School. While in school, she was a prolific distance runner and competed on both the track and cross-country teams. She reached the state finals in cross-country during her first 3 years of high school and just missed a repeat in her senior season. During her high school track career, Molly was an Indiana All-Star, 7-time All-State, 9-time state qualifier, 2-time semi-state champion, and a 9-time sectional champion. In addition to being on the running teams, she swam on the Madison Consolidated High School swim team. But Molly excelled at more than just sports. She was also an accomplished singer and musician, singing in her high school choir, and later she attended Eastern Kentucky University, where she also sang in the college choir. In her free time, she studied guitar and voice and had big dreams of one day becoming a country music singer.
During the summer of 2004, 23-year-old Molly was living in Indianapolis and taking summer classes at Indiana University-Purdue before returning to her final year at Eastern Kentucky. She was staying with her brother Nicholas at the Westlake apartments on the west side of the city. She was also taking vocal lessons and preparing to audition for the singing contest American Idol later that summer.
On the day Molly disappeared, July 6, 2004, she attended 2 of her summer music classes and also dropped the 3rd class that she had signed up for. It was the last day for summer school students to be able to drop a class without incurring a penalty. An early morning thunderstorm had washed away the heat and humidity, and the day was now cool and gray. After attending her classes, she did some shopping in town. She needed to pick up some supplies for school and also for her hobbies. She was also looking for a toy to buy as a birthday present for her young nephew, whose birthday party she planned to attend with the rest of her extended family later that month. After shopping, she walked to a Wendy's not far from her brother's apartment near 10th Street and Highway 465 around 7 p.m. to drop off a job application. She needed to make some extra money to pay for some car repairs so that she could drive to her American Idol audition in August. On her walk to Wendy's, she ran into Ron Smith, a friend of her brother's. The two greeted one another and spoke briefly before she continued on. Ron would later tell police that he didn't have much helpful information to give them, except that Molly definitely had her cell phone with her at the time that they spoke. It should be noted in full clarity here that Ron has never been considered a suspect in Molly's disappearance. Eyewitnesses said Molly attended a party that same night at the Westlake apartment complex, where she then met 30-year-old John E. Shelton. At some point, Molly and John left the party to take a rowboat out on the apartment complex's retention pond. John's brother was a maintenance man at the apartment complex, and John borrowed the key to where the boat was locked up from his brother. After their ride around the pond, they returned to the boat where it was kept. They then walked to a nearby Taco Bell to eat dinner together. After eating, around 11 p.m., they ended up at a Thornton's gas station on Crawfordsville Road in nearby Speedway, Indiana, which was about 3 miles away from the Taco Bell, but you see, it was 3 miles in the opposite direction of where she was living or staying at the Westlake apartments. The reason why the two chose to walk in that direction is still unknown.
Molly attempted to call a friend of hers from the gas station's payphone, but the line went dead as soon as her friend answered the phone. That was the last time anyone other than John E. Shelton saw or heard from Molly. When questioned later, Shelton claimed he took Molly back home after they left the gas station.
Molly's brother Nick definitely noticed that she did not come home that night, but he didn't immediately report her missing to police because it wasn't unusual for her to sometimes be away from the apartment staying over with friends. After all, she was young and carefree and had a busy school schedule and an active social life. But after 2 days without seeing her or hearing from Molly, he became worried about her and notified the local police on July 8th, 2004. At first, local law enforcement treated Molly's disappearance as if she had simply left on her own accord. This isn't unusual, as she was 23 years old and was considered legally an adult. Thus, they didn't open an investigation right away to try and find her. Detective Mark Henninger said that he did not believe foul play was involved, at least at that time. Molly's sister, Celestra, said, "I went to India a week after Molly disappeared, and police hadn't gone to her apartment. When authorities learned that Molly's car, cell phone, bank card, money, and ID were all still at her brother's apartment, they finally began to think that it was possible that foul play may have been involved in her disappearance." Molly also left a substantial amount of money behind in her bank account, which has never been accessed since her disappearance. Molly's brother Nick described Molly to authorities as a 23-year-old white female, around 5 feet tall and 100 pounds, with an athletic build, light brown hair with blonde highlights, and hazel to green eyes. There was a small birthmark near her right elbow, and she had a slightly deformed left thumb resulting from a childhood accident. The night she went missing, Molly was wearing a tie-dye t-shirt with a white collar. She wore both glasses and contacts. After losing valuable investigation time immediately after her brother reported Molly missing, police did not have any luck identifying a suspect or finding Molly. Her family took matters into their own hands, launching a campaign to get her story into the media and collect any intel they could to uncover leads on their own. They also hired a private investigator to search for Molly and pursue leads.
One discovery Molly's family made was that another young woman bearing a striking resemblance to her disappeared in Indianapolis on the exact same day. 18-year-old Allison M.G. was last seen on July 6th, possibly within a half mile of Molly's apartment. Police, however, were never able to find evidence that the two cases were related.
Thomas Dattilo, an attorney and second cousin of Molly's, was asked if Molly's family believed she was still alive. He said, "The family does not know her situation and feels that time is of the essence." The fact that Molly's phone was later found in her brother's apartment was noteworthy because it meant she, or someone with her phone, had been in her brother's apartment sometime after she delivered the job application at Wendy's when her brother's friend, Ron, saw her with her phone. Detectives eventually searched the same retention pond near Westlake Apartments where John and Molly had rowed the boat the night she went missing, but nothing of any note was found. When Molly's family went public with John Shelton's name, some of his past girlfriends came forward and told the family about how much they were afraid of him. They alleged that John bragged to them about doing something to Molly and threatened to harm them as well. Some other women also told the family how he would try to choke them after he'd been drinking heavily.
8 weeks after her disappearance, her family and friends gathered at Lamplighter Park on Tuesday evening in Molly's hometown of Madison. They did this to remember her with a candlelight vigil. Several people spoke about their fond memories of time spent with Molly and how much they missed her since she'd been gone. Back in 2019, when Paige and I launched this podcast, we were fueled by excitement and also completely clueless. You're not just the creator, you're also the marketer, the tech support, the branding team, and all of that can get overwhelming fast. Looking back, having a platform like Shopify could have saved us so much time and stress. Shopify helps simplify the chaos of starting and running a business so that you can actually focus on the part you love. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Skims and Rhode to brands just getting started. You too can get started with your own design studio. With hundreds of ready-to-use templates, Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand's style. You can also accelerate your content creation because Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. It'll also help you get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you. It'll allow you to easily create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or even strolling. And best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/murderdiaries. Go to shopify.com/murderdiaries. That's shopify.com/murderdiaries.
Spring is here, and it's time for some spring cleaning. HomeAglow is here to deliver consistent and affordable support for you, too, to get your spring cleaning done. HomeAglow is a top-rated service platform dedicated to making your space clean and tidy. Their website allows you to book online, which allows you to instantly schedule a cleaner in your area for a special occasion, that party you're getting ready to host, or just to book some regular help to take some things off your plate. What's comforting is that cleaners have to pass a rigorous certification process, and they also have to maintain a 4.8-star average platform rating. We know you're going to love your cleaners, so make sure you rate them really well too. HomeAglow is also a fantastic way to support the cleaners in your community because 100% of the cleaning fees and tips go directly to the cleaner that you hire through HomeAglow. With that, we are so thankful that this episode is brought to you in part by HomeAglow. Now let's talk about their Forever Clean membership. Schedule your cleaning by simply going to HomeAglow's website, choose the day and time you're looking for, and how long you want the cleaner to clean for. Then you'll get matched with a cleaner. You can schedule as quickly as this week or get something on the calendar for next month to check it off your to-do list early. On the website, you'll be able to check out photos and reviews of background-checked cleaners before booking the right cleaner for you. The best part is that Forever Clean membership we talked about, which saves you $30 an hour on all future cleanings. You can book unlimited cleanings starting at $19 an hour, backed by HomeAglow's happiness guarantee. HomeAglow services are only available in the US. Take cleaning off your plate by using HomeAglow. Head to homeaglow.com/diaries to get your first 3 hours of cleaning for only $19.
Smart Water Alkaline with antioxidant.
Whoa, that's refreshing.
And a 9.5 plus pH for every way you move.
I did take a Spain class today.
Restoring like a pro. Smart Water Alkaline with antioxidant. For those with a taste for taste. Grab yours today.
Meta AI is the personal AI that's tailored to you, now with its very own app. It's built to get to know you, offering helpful answers and inspiration. Looking for something to add to your bucket list? Meta AI goes beyond traveling the world. It remembers you're a basketball fanatic and suggests you attend one of the playoff games. Just start typing or speaking to get the answers you need, wherever and whenever, because Meta AI is your personal AI. Download the Meta AI app, now available on the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Hey guys, have you heard of Goldbelly? It's this amazing site where they ship the most iconic famous foods from restaurants across the country, anywhere, nationwide. I've never found a more perfect gift than food. They ship Chicago deep dish pizza, New York bagels, Maine lobster rolls, and even Ina Garten's famous cakes. So if you're looking for a gift for the food lover in your life, head to goldbelly.com and get 20% off your first order with promo code GIFT.
Imagine this. The best pasta sauce you have ever tasted sits abandoned on a plate. Wasted sauce. That is a tragedy. If only you had used Barilla al Bronzo pasta. Its bronze-cut texture holds your sauce and scoops up every last drop. The Italians call that scarpetta. Capture sauce the Italian way. Barilla al Bronzo. Click or tap the banner to find out more.
Molly's family spent a year searching, distributing posters, posting billboards, holding vigils, gathering rallies, sponsoring run-walk events, getting the word out in newspapers and television stories, and handing out flyers. They did everything they possibly could to help find their beloved daughter, sister, and cousin. At a 2007 press conference, when asked if the family thought that John Shelton was guilty or not, Molly's older brother, Ben, said, "We have every reason to believe she placed her last phone call in the man's presence from this location. We do not know what happened after this phone call, but it's our family's sincerest hope that others may have information about what happened that night or what happened to Molly or where she is now." Fast forward to October 2008, authorities finally announced that they were investigating Molly's case as a homicide, 8 years after she'd gone missing. John Shelton was considered a person of interest in her case. He's the last person known to have seen her, and he was with her when she placed the call at the gas station. It's also noteworthy that he has a criminal record for theft and traffic offenses, and his driver's license has been suspended for life. No criminal charges have ever been filed in Molly's disappearance. However, in November 2010, John Shelton and his father, Ed, were found civilly liable for Molly's wrongful death and ordered to pay $3.4 million in damages to her family. The Dattilo family alleged that John committed battery, which led to Molly's death. They believed that his father helped him dispose of her body. The Sheltons never came to court to defend themselves against the suit, so a default judgment was issued against them.
The goal of the civil case for Molly's family was to gain access to the case information and to have John testify as to what happened that night that Molly disappeared. During the civil case, the judge ordered the police to share a log sheet of evidence gathered in their investigation, including information concerning John.
The police warned Molly's family that if they continued to push for these records, the police would not continue to pursue Molly's case. There is enough information in the files to convince the judge to serve a judgment against John and Edward. Molly's family assumes that they will never receive a single dime of the settlement. Molly's sister said after the ruling, "We went from feeling helpless to feeling victorious. At this point, I have finally accepted that Molly is gone." John Shelton later tried to appeal the lawsuit while serving as his own lawyer, but his case was unintelligible, calling on irrelevant laws and codes. The ruling in the civil lawsuit stood. Shortly before the ruling was handed down, detectives approached Molly's family and asked if they would be willing to meet with prosecutors about the possibility of a plea deal if John were to give the location of Molly's body, which he claimed to know. Marion County Prosecutor Carl Brizzi said, through a spokesman, that he would not confirm or deny if such a deal was ever discussed. John Shelton is currently in prison on armed robbery and drug charges and is not eligible for release until 2038. And his father's whereabouts are currently unknown, but her family was relieved to get what little justice they could on Molly's behalf. After John was sent to prison until 2038, prosecutor Lauren Delp said, "The defendant's criminal history warrants this sentence. The citizens of this county are safer with him off the streets." The Marion County Sheriff's detective assigned to Molly's case said on a Fox News program that Molly Dattilo's disappearance is still considered a missing persons case, but that she has not ruled out foul play. That same detective, Catherine Byron, however, wouldn't say whether or not she has any suspects. The family had been told that there was a, quote, person of interest. Sergeant Scott says his detectives receive nearly 6,000 missing persons cases a year. Scott says only 35 cases haven't been resolved, and one of those is Molly's. Kendra, Molly's sister, said on a Fox News Network program, "People that have information have a responsibility to come forward for closure and peace, and also to protect others from being taken." Molly's parents offered a $10,000 reward for information leading to her safe return, and an anonymous donor offered an additional $100,000. But despite intensive searches in Indiana and Kentucky, she has yet to be found. In the hopes that something positive could come out of a horrible situation, Molly's family lobbied hard for new legislation that would require police to act much quicker when an adult is reported missing. The Molly Dattilo law was enacted in 2007 and strengthened in 2013. You see, this law requires law enforcement to accept missing persons reports immediately and identify those as high risk. The law also offers annual missing persons training for police departments. Molly's cousin Carrie said, "This legislation helps law enforcement prioritize cases. My family and I just don't want to have any other families go through the experience we went through. We want to see some changes." Representative Terry Gooden, who worked on the law, said, "You never rank laws, but the Molly Dattilo law has to be one of the top laws that has ever been passed in the legislature. On July 3rd, 2014, Nicole Pence, a reporter at Fox 59, interviewed John Shelton about Molly's disappearance. While being interviewed, he became so upset that he punched a hole in the wall. The reporter and her cameraman quickly left his apartment.
More than 13 years after she disappeared, Molly was officially declared dead on September 20th, 2017, after her family petitioned the Indiana court for legal closure. Circuit Court Judge Daryl Auxier signed an order determining that Molly was presumed to be deceased due to her continued absence of more than 7 years.
The court order said her disappearance and absence for the last 13 years, quote, cannot be explained other than that she is deceased. Molly's sister Celestra said the family just felt it was the right time to ask the court for the declaration. She said it was time to do it. The case is stagnant. We presume that she's dead at this point. So I do not feel that this is a way of giving up. Just because someone is legally dead does not mean you will ever stop searching for them. She went on to say that she still hopes that one day Molly's remains will be found. Quote, there will never be closure until a body is found. While Molly's family did not have her remains to bury, they still erected a headstone for her in Springdale Cemetery in her hometown of downtown Madison, Indiana. The headstone has a large collage of pictures on both sides, with scenes of Molly with her family and friends during a much happier time. The headstone is inscribed, surrounded by family, surrounded by love, Molly Laura Dattilo, June 13th, 1981, missing July 6th, 2004. Even though Molly's family did win a civil suit against John and Edward Shelton, there have never been any criminal charges filed in Molly's case. But the family confidently believes that John Shelton and his father Edward are responsible for Molly's death. The family hopes that one day Molly will receive the full justice of a criminal conviction against the two men and that they will find Molly's remains so that they can lay her to rest and gain the closure that they all so desperately want. When Molly's sister Tara was asked what she would tell other families who have had family members disappear, she said, to never give up hope and to remember that if their loved one has passed away, that they are in a good place now.
Now, besides Molly's law, there's another positive that came out of all this heartache. And that's each year, friends and family remember her with the running of the Molly 5K Run Walk. It's held down on the waterfront of Molly's hometown of Madison, Indiana. It was an event that Molly competed in back when it was under the event's original name, the Madison State Hospital Run. She even won the 1-mile race when she was only in 3rd grade. The money raised from the 5K running event originally went towards paying for the private investigator, but it now goes to fund scholarships in Molly's name for local students who are active in running and swimming.
Molly's sister Celestra said, Molly ran from the time she was very, very little. That's why this race means a lot to us and is so important and special to us. The great thing about it is that Molly was a really good runner, but she never forgot to encourage other runners, even if they were from the other team. Paul Kelly, the director of the 5K, said, Molly was a good singer, and so we happened to have a CD of her singing the national anthem. We play that every year, and it's a wonderful part of the event. Between the hustle and the bustle of the event, nothing matters after the national anthem. It's emotional, especially for those who know about it. Anyone with information regarding Molly Dattilo's disappearance, death, or the location of her remains should contact Crime Stoppers of Central Indiana at 317-262-TIPS. That's 8477. Or the Marion County Sheriff's Office at 317-327-1700.
That's it for this week. But if you want to catch us ad-free, you can find us on Patreon at the Murder Diaries Pod, or you can follow us on social media at the Murder Diaries Pod. We're everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. See you next week. And until then,
stay safe. Bye.
Bye.
Spring is here, and it's time for some spring cleaning. HomeAglow is here to deliver consistent and affordable support for you, too, to get your spring cleaning done. HomeAglow is a top-rated service platform dedicated to making your space clean and tidy. Their website allows you to book online, which allows you to instantly schedule a cleaner in your area for a special occasion, that party you're getting ready to host, or just to book some regular help to take some things off your plate. What's comforting is that cleaners have to pass a rigorous certification process, and they also have to maintain a 4.8-star average platform rating. We know you're going to love your cleaners, so make sure you rate them really well too. HomeGlow is also a fantastic way to support the cleaners in your community because 100% of the cleaning fees and tips go directly to the cleaner that you hire through HomeGlow. With that, we are so thankful that this episode is brought to you in part by HomeGlow. Now let's talk about their Forever Clean membership. Schedule your cleaning by simply going to HomeGlow's website, choose the day and time you're looking for, and how long you want the cleaner to clean for. Then you'll get matched with a cleaner. You can schedule as quickly as this week or get something on the calendar for next month to check it off your to-do list early. On the website, you'll be able to check out photos and reviews of background-checked cleaners before booking the right cleaner for you. The best part is that Forever Clean membership we talked about, which saves you $30 an hour on all future cleanings. You can book unlimited cleanings starting at $19 an hour, backed by HomeGlow's happiness guarantee. HomeGlow services are only available in the US. Take cleaning off your plate by using HomeGlow. Head to homeglow.com/diaries to get your first 3 hours of cleaning for only $19.